If you're over 60 and think you can't squat deep anymore, listen closely. The real problem isn't your age or your knees. It's your ankles. Free them, and your entire squat will transform. I'm a doctor of physical therapy with 25 years of experience, and I've helped countless people who felt their bodies were too stiff to improve. Here's the truth. You are not broken. Your body is ready to respond, and the solution is simpler than you think. Stiff ankles force your heels up, throw your balance off, and make squats feel shaky. But the amazing part? This can change fast. Just a few minutes of the right movements can unlock a depth you haven't felt in years. This isn't just about squatting. It's about bending down safely, moving steadily, and keeping your independence. Today, I'll guide you through 5 simple exercises to free your ankles and build a deeper, steadier squat. But first, let's get a baseline. Stand up, take a breath, and lower into your deepest squat right now. Notice your depth in your heels. That's your starting point. Now drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. I'd love to welcome you personally before we begin. Before we do anything, I want to get a clear picture of where your body is right now, because this will be the number you compare everything to later. So here is what I want you to do with me. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart, take a breath, and slowly sit down into your squat as far as your body will let you. Do not force anything. Just let your body show you its honest range today. As you lower yourself, pay close attention to 2 things. First, notice your depth. See how far down you can comfortably go before you feel yourself stopping. Second, look at your heels or feel what they are doing. Do they stay on the ground, or do they start lifting the moment you get lower? That heel lift tells me a lot because it is one of the clearest signs that the ankles are tightening up and running out of room to move. This is your baseline depth test, and I want you to remember what it feels like because when we test it again at the end, you will be able to see and feel the difference. Treat this as data. Nothing more, nothing less. It is simply your starting point, and it gives us something real to improve from. The first exercise is the resting squat with heel props, and this is one of the simplest ways to make your ankles feel safe enough to start opening up again. I want you to grab 2 objects that are the same height, maybe a couple of sturdy books or small blocks, and place them on the floor behind you. Set your heels on top of them so your toes stay on the ground and your heels are lifted just a little. The moment you do this, you will feel your body settle differently. With your heels supported, it becomes much easier to sit back without tipping or fighting for balance, and that alone takes a tremendous amount of pressure off the ankles. Now I want you to slowly drop down into a resting squat. Do not worry about depth. Let the support do the work for you. Most people over 60 are surprised at how much more comfortable this position feels with something under the heels. Instead of feeling tight in the shins or jammed in the ankles, you may notice a little more space and a little more ease. Once you are down there, I want you to start gently shifting your weight from side to side. Think of it as lightly bouncing or rocking, not forcing anything. These small shifts help lubricate the joints around the ankles and hips. They send a message to your body that it is okay to move here, and they help loosen the stiffness that keeps you from dropping lower. Aim for about 20 gentle shifts. You should feel your hips start to glide a little and your ankles start to relax. This movement is simple, but it is powerful because it teaches the body that the bottom of the squat is not a dangerous place. The more time you spend here, even just a minute or 2, the more familiar and comfortable this position becomes, and that is exactly what allows your depth to improve. Keep your breathing easy, keep your body relaxed, and let this supported squat do the work for you. The second exercise is full range ankle circles, and this one is all about teaching your ankles to move the way they were designed to move. I want you to sit down comfortably and extend one leg out in front of you. From here, lift that foot slightly off the ground and begin drawing the biggest, slowest circle you can with your toes. Do not rush this. The slower you go, the more control you build, and that control is what wakes up all the small muscles around the ankle that tend to go quiet as we get older. Start by pulling your toes towards you, then sweep them out to the side, then point them away from you, and complete the circle back in. This is not the quick little ankle roll people sometimes do while sitting at a desk. I want this to feel intentional and smooth. Take your time moving through each part of the circle and aim for 10 slow controlled circles in one direction. You may already feel the ankle warming up or notice small cracks or clicks. That is simply the joint moving in ways it has not moved in a long time. After 10 circles, reverse the direction and draw 10 more. Pay attention to the places where the movement feels tight or sticky, because those are exactly the areas we want to wake up. Once you finish one foot, switch to the other and repeat the same pattern. Extend the leg, lift the foot, and make those large, slow circles with full intention. These circles do more than just loosen the joint. They increase blood flow, improve lubrication inside the ankle, and help reconnect your brain to the muscles that control balance and depth when you squat. Even though this exercise looks simple, it is one of the most effective ways to restore mobility in older adults because it forces the ankle to explore every corner of its range. By the time you finish both feet, you should feel more warmth, more awareness, and more freedom in the ankles. And that is exactly what we want before we move into the next exercise. The third exercise is the shin stretch with assisted knee bends. And this one goes straight to the front of the lower leg where so much hidden tightness lives. I want you to stand facing a sturdy chair, a counter, or even a wall, something you can lightly hold for balance. Place your feet flat on the ground and make sure your heels stay down the entire time. That part is important because the moment the heel lifts, the stretch disappears from the ankle and the shin. From here, gently bend your knees forward as if you are trying to glide them toward the object in front of you. You should feel a deep stretch across the front of the ankle and along the shin. It may feel a little tight at first, especially if you have spent years avoiding this range, but it should not feel sharp or painful. Once you are in that forward bend, give yourself a few small controlled pulses. Think of it as easing into the tightness rather than forcing through it. Each pulse helps mobilize the tissues that limit your squat depth, and with every repetition, you should feel just a little more room. Come back up and repeat the movement again, bending forward, holding the stretch, and giving yourself those gentle pulses. Aim for about 10 total bends. Try to keep your torso upright as you move so the stretch stays focused where we want it. What I love about this exercise for people over 60 is how quickly it wakes up the shin and ankle. These areas are often ignored for decades, and when you finally ask them to move again, they respond fast. By the time you finish your 10th bend, you should feel a warm, almost awakened sensation along the front of the lower leg. That is exactly what we want, because this mobility plays a huge role in helping you stay grounded and balanced as you lower into a deeper squat. The fourth exercise is lunge calf mobilization, and this is where we start opening the ankle in a way that really supports a deeper, more stable squat. I want you to take a gentle lunge stance with one foot forward and one foot behind. The key is keeping the heel of your back foot completely flat on the ground. If it lifts even a little, the stretch disappears. So shorten your stance if you need to so that heel stays planted. Once you are set, lean your weight forward until you feel a strong but comfortable pull through the calf of the back leg. Hold that position for a moment and then begin slowly shifting your hips from side to side. These small shifts help you explore the corners of the stretch that you normally never reach in day-to-day life, and they are incredibly helpful for older adults because they teach the ankle to adapt and stay steady in different angles. After a few easy shifts, I want you to start drawing gentle circles with your hips. Move them clockwise and then counterclockwise. As you do this, you will feel how much attention it takes to keep that back heel down. This is exactly where the mobility work happens. You are strengthening the ankle's ability to stay grounded while also teaching it to move through rotation, something that has a huge impact on how stable you feel at the bottom of a squat. Take your time and let the movement be smooth and controlled. After you complete several circles, switch legs and repeat the same pattern. Take your lunge, keep the back heel flat, lean forward into the stretch, shift side to side, and then take those circles. You may notice one side feels tighter or more wobbly. That is completely normal, especially for people over 60 who often have one side that has compensated for years. By the end of this exercise, both calves and ankles should feel more open and more awake. This rotational work is one of the most underrated tools for improving squat depth because it trains the ankle to handle real-life movement, not just straightforward stretching. The fifth exercise is the dynamic toe and ankle stretch sequence, and this one brings everything together by opening the entire foot in a way most people over 60 have not felt in years. I want you to begin in a comfortable squat position, using your hands for support if you need to. From here, rise up onto your toes as high as you can. This alone will challenge your balance and wake up the small stabilizers around your ankles. Hold that gentle lift for a moment, then lower your knees toward the ground and ease yourself into a kneeling position with your toes tucked underneath you. As you sit your weight back onto your heels, you will feel a deep stretch through the toes, the arch, and even the bottom of the foot. It might feel intense at first because most of us never stretch the toes, but this movement plays a huge role in improving your squat because the toes help control how your entire foot grips the ground. Once you feel that stretch, take a breath and slowly come forward again, lifting your hips, planting your hands if needed, and returning to that squat. As you settle back into the squat, feel how the ankles have to open to guide you down smoothly. Then rise back onto your toes, lower again into the kneeling stretch, and repeat the flow. Try to make each transition as controlled and connected as possible. Think of it as moving through a gentle loop rather than jumping from one position to another. This smooth mobility flow encourages the feet to move through ranges we rarely use in everyday life, and it helps your ankles learn to work with your toes instead of fighting them. After a few repetitions, you should feel the bottoms of your feet warm and more flexible. That warmth is a sign that the tissues are softening and responding. For older adults, this sequence is incredibly important because the foot is often the missing piece in a deeper squat. When the toes and ankles move well together, the rest of the body can follow with far more ease. Keep your breathing steady, take your time with each part of the loop, and let your body settle into the rhythm of the movement. Now that your ankles are warm and your feet have had a chance to move in ways they probably have not moved in years, I want you to retest your squat so you can feel the difference for yourself. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart again, take a breath, and slowly lower into your squat just like you did at the beginning. Pay attention to your depth first. Notice how much lower your body naturally wants to go without that familiar tightness pulling you back. Then check in with your heels. See if they stay on the ground more easily or if they lift later than before. These small changes matter because they show that the ankle is opening and giving you more room to move. Also notice the overall comfort in your squat. Do you feel more balanced, more steady, or more relaxed at the bottom? Most older adults feel an immediate difference right after this routine because the ankles are finally doing their part. This is the progress you want to see. This is the kind of change that tells you your body can still adapt and improve when you give it the right kind of work. Now that you have felt what your body can do with just a few minutes of the right work, I want to show you how to build this into something that actually lasts. The truth is, you do not need long workouts or fancy equipment to make real progress. 5 to 10 minutes a day is more than enough for your ankles to open up, your squat to get deeper, and your lower body to feel stronger and more stable. What matters most, especially for people over 60, is consistency. Your joints respond best to small amounts of regular movement rather than long sessions once in a while. So take these exercises and weave them into moments that already exist in your day. You can do ankle circles while sitting on the edge of your bed in the morning. You can practice the heel prop squat during a break in the afternoon. You can run through the dynamic toe and ankle flow before you get ready for bed. None of this requires equipment and none of it demands a big block of time. The more often you give your ankles this gentle challenge, the more they learn to stay open and responsive. After a couple of weeks, you may notice your heels staying down longer, your balance improving, and your squat feeling less like a struggle and more like a natural movement again. And that is the point. When you stay consistent, your body builds on itself day by day. These tiny doses of mobility signal your joints to stay fluid, your muscles to stay awake, and your entire lower body to keep adapting. This is how you create real change at any age, even well into your 60s, 70s, or beyond. As we wrap up today, I want you to take a moment and really notice what changed in your body. So many people over 60 are told that a deep squat is out of reach because of age, stiff joints, or worn-out knees. But what you felt today shows something very different. The ankle is the key. When the ankle moves well, the whole squat opens up. Your balance feels steadier, your depth improves, and your body finally stops fighting you on the way down. That is why these simple exercises matter so much. They are small, they are gentle, and they fit easily into everyday life. But the impact they create adds up quickly when you practice them consistently. 5 to 10 minutes a day is all it takes to keep this progress going. Your ankles will stay looser, your feet will stay more responsive, and your lower body will feel more confident with each passing week. I have seen this kind of change happen thousands of times in my 25 years working with older adults, and I want you to know that your body is just as capable of improvement as theirs. So keep these movements close. Use them whenever you feel stiff, whenever you feel unsteady, or simply as a way to keep your joints awake and ready for the day. And now I want to hear from you because your effort today matters. Tell me in the comments how many inches deeper you went and what the squat feels like now compared to when you first tested it. And if you want structured mobility programs designed to help older adults rebuild strength and confidence at home, check the link below. Your progress starts with simple steps, and you took an important one today.